All right, so I was just falling asleep and a mosquito like started dive bomb on me. When it got close to my ear or something, like I don't know, probably like a whole foot away from my ear. And I know it was a whole foot away from my ear or more when I woke up, right? Because it woke me up in a way that it's like I had to be totally aware. Like I was awake. I'm trying to grab him. Like it's just like you're awake now. This motherfucker was like a helicopter sharpening his blades, crashing in my eardrum. Like it's raining death from the sky. Like just fucking chinking. Like it was like an army of freaking like full body armor, like carrying all their uh like metal bows. Like it was like I don't know what the fuck, man. Like you think like it's not like cavalry or anybody's gonna outdo the mosquito, right? So it's kind of interesting, like um what the mosquito actually fucking is, man. Like it was so tiny, like a tiny mosquito. They have these four wings, right? Like grasshoppers and everything, but they put their they vibrate their frequency into like the aurora borealis or whatever. Okay, that's much nicer than the mosquito's intention is fucking. It's like a whiny little hungry fucking like you got a problem. Like I like your blood like a fucking god damn. And they carry like all kind of encephalitis and shit. That's not the half. Yellow fever, this I guess yellow fever, and a few other things. I don't even know actually. I don't want to speculate, but no. Also, you can not kill bed bugs. Like people try like multiple ways to try to kill bed bugs, and they always get up and walk because they have what's it called? Vampire like invincibility. People have been trapping some people. I don't want to. This is so nasty. Nobody would ever think of it. But people have built traps for them and smoked them and gotten like so dangerously, like so high that they were near like stroking out and shit. And it's like they're smoking the critter that was just drinking their own blood, and so it's like dangerous and shit. They're making some water trap things and little bongs and shit. I hope that never becomes a culture to leave an imprint on like the society's the psyche of like the masses or anything. Fuck. And there's fleas, you almost can't damn near kill them either, and they just disappear, like what I'm saying, like a fucking they have some like the thing about a vampire is it's just a derivation, and they use magic. So the story that you hear from each vampire is the story of loss. They lost something because they used magic, right? Well, it's like all through nature, and it's like the thing is like the real magic is right before it snows, and it's just a little bit. Train. Yeah. Yeah, I have other inroads in it that I was, basically saying the same thing, right? And you can always end it with that, because that's really might be where it's at, Like it's just a little, So it's pretty sobering. That it's just a little bit, when it is actually real magic, right? There's also like magic and like symbolism, right, which is not magic in it, like it's like all wonderful and everything. It's like first nature, and like what is assurance, because like you don't need it, it's like what happens when a bird shits on your head and it's good luck, right? Is because for a short period of time you understood something that you didn't have to use a language to explain, which is that, you know, birds like eat gravel, and they eat like sand and shit when they digest their meal, right? So like, if you didn't know, like, birds eat sand to digest because they don't make a lot of stomach acid, right? Or something like that. You or they don't digest the same. Maybe they do make stomach acid, but they don't digest the same. Maybe it doesn't. Their stomachs don't rotate it or something like that. It's like, I don't fucking know. Anyways, but like you don't you know it already. You know something about the process the bird processes its food and shit. And there's like, damn, there's like sand in here and shit. But until somebody explains it to you and you're like relearning it, then you start to notice that you rediscover things over and over again. But then those other times that you're rediscovering them is you're just sharpening your tongue for to give it a dissertation, and like that's all you're doing. So that could be weird, you know, like that could even be weird at times. But people can be weird because you're like, animals can be weird and shit. Like, you know, like cats will make this weird sound when there's a fly trapped on the window sill, and they're just like talking to it and shit, and their mouth is open like a little bit, and they're like, It's so freaking creepy, but it's adorable. Anyways, out.